What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Welcome to Whoop Wednesday. It is March 9th. I don't know why that's important, but I said it. This is my full-time job. If you want to see these live streams continue, support your boy. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com. Click all the buttons. Patreon helps me out the most. You can join for as little as $3 a month. Lots of benefits. It's well worth it. That's all. This is also a Q&A stream. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. Make sure you tag me in there, though. Type @CiottiFPV. That'll light up an orange. If you're watching this on repeat, sucks to be you. No, leave a comment. And thumbs up, subscribe, all that nonsense. Check out Joshua Bardwell's channel. Video yesterday that he put up has me, Steel, Nurk, and Tommy in it, talking about the process of becoming a professional cinematic pilot, drone pilot, and it's really cool. You know, those three guys are at a whole other level that I don't know if anybody will really. It's not just them, but you know, guys at the level that they're at. They started flying before the rest of us. They started doing cinematic gigs before the rest of us. So you know, they've sort of got this lead, for lack of a better term. And yeah, most of us probably won't get to where they're at. But which is why I think, I hope that sort of me being there makes some semblance of sense. I got some hell in the comments, but people are douchebags, so nothing new there. But yeah, I'm about 6 to 8 months in to doing it. So I'm a couple of years behind those guys. And I don't know, I feel like where I'm at is sort of where 99.9% of FPV pilots realistically would hope to kind of get to. Not necessarily hope to kind of get to, but realistically be able to get to. You know what I mean? So hopefully my part of the interview is helpful to some folks. I know we talk about it on these live streams quite a bit, and I'm always open to more discussions about it if you guys have questions. But SOG did the edit, and James, and he did a great job. So it's a really fun watch, 20-something minutes, and hopefully you dig it. The Joshua interviewed me for it, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, I guess. And the day that he interviewed me, there was not a single piece of technology that was working for me. So I ended up just doing it with a webcam, and the webcam was kind of pointed up at the ceiling. So it just looks awful. Which I'm super embarrassed about, but whatever. It's the level of quality in the camera pointing at me in the interview matches sort of the level that I'm at in terms of being a cinematic pilot. So it kind of works. 3 people look like they belong. 1 person looks like he doesn't. And he just happens to be the new guy. So it's whatever. Shirt of the day is a Gem Fan shirt. What you know about that? I've got another sponsor box coming from Gem Fan. So I thought what might be fun here tonight is if we rifle through the Gem Fan website, and we'll talk about a bunch of their propellers. And I'm just gonna open a bunch of tabs with the props that I would like them to send me for the next sponsor box. The reason why I thought it might be cool to do that with you guys is that a lot of those props end up in the giveaways. That's one of the things that I do with them, as Gem Fan. When I do the giveaways, each giveaway, a lot of times I'll say like, hey, this tier giveaway is sponsored by T-Bird or Gem Fan or FPV Exchange. So yeah, if there's a bunch of you guys in chat that there's a specific Gem Fan prop that you're really interested in, you want to see in the giveaways, this will be your chance to let me know, and I can put that on my list. So that could be fun. We're also going to finally head-to-head test 0803s versus 0702s on the exact same rig. I've got 2 of the Meteor 65 frames. I've got the 0702s and the tinywhoop.com 0802s. So what I'm going to do is just pull the camera pod and the AIO off of this frame, drop it into this frame, and I can back-to-back these motors to start to try to just kind of figure out what the difference is when I fly the Mobula 6 ELRS, and then I back-to-back it with the newbie drone with the ELRS receiver. There's a really stark difference between the two of them, which I'm not totally convinced are the motors. I think there's something going on with the newbie drone Betaflight 4.2.9 hex that's on that rig versus Betaflight 4.3.0. I almost think that there's a difference in rates. So tonight's going to be cool because we're going to take that out of the equation, and we're going to be just comparing. Yeah, same hardware, same everything. The only thing that's going to change is the actual motors themselves. In fairness, the tinywhoop.com 0802 25,000s are not the most powerful. the Happy Model ones are, but these are Unibel, and they still have plenty of power. The Happy Model motors, the new Unibel ones are spitting magnets out, and the old two-piece bell ones, the magnet ring drops on the bell. So, you know, par for the course when it comes to Happy Model quality, or lack thereof. But yeah, the Happy Model 0802 25,000s are definitely the ones to have. They're very, they make the most power, and the old school two-piece bell design ones are very durable. It takes a lot of abuse for them to stop dropping that, to start dropping that magnet ring. So yeah, you get a good lifespan out of them, but then eventually they do die, which is a shame, but you know, we're asking a lot. I really wish that the Unibel ones weren't spitting magnets out. That's a real bummer, because if they weren't doing that, it would just be like the end. Like, those are the ones that you get. If you don't get those, you're high. So yeah, and if we have time, I'm gonna finish putting the Mobula 7 ELRS back together with the new camera and canopy. Little bit of a different look now. Cool looking little thing. I've basically given up. This also has the HDLRC Areolas motors on it. I've kind of given up on this rig being for indoor stuff. And at this point, I'm just going to use it as a carrier for different cameras. And yeah, I've got a couple of different camera setups. This has the Runcam Nano 4 with the big lens in it. I've also got a canopy here with the Caddx Ant. And then inside of this canopy is this 199C little tiny board camera. I also have the oh-so-rare OV231 board camera, which a lot of people say is like the best board camera ever. And I've even got a second Caddx Ant. But this is the non-mounting hole version, which is a little bit lighter. So yeah, I think what this is going to become is just an ultra tiny lifter to pick up these different cameras, so that we can, you know, get a look at what these different cameras have going for them. Now that I say all this, I kind of wish that I'd taken these Areolas motors and put these onto... I wish I'd gotten another one of these Meteor 65 frames and put the Areola motors on it. Maybe we'll do that next Wednesday. Maybe next Wednesday. Tonight will be tinywhoop.com 0802s versus Happy Model 0702s. And we'll sort of pick a winner or whatever. And then maybe next week we'll match them up against the Areolas. You know what I mean? Because they're easy to pull off here. They're using regular motor plugs. So yeah, maybe we'll do that next week. But I would love to get this thing back together, because I do want to. I haven't spun these Areola motors up yet, and I am curious about these different cameras. I want to start checking out these different cameras to see what's what. I feel like the Runcam Nano that's in the Mobula 6 and 7 is kind of the way to go. It's incredibly light, and it just works. It just looks good. Runcam cameras are typically better quality, more durable. Sometimes you can argue that the image quality is not quite as good as some of the stuff that Foxeer and Caddx put out, but that tends to be pretty subjective. It's typically not. It's typically more of like a personal preference kind of thing. Not always, but sometimes. In the chat, Grizz FPV says, "What's up, CiottiFPV and Collective?" JRFPV was first, Dead Chicken, News Inns FPV, Metal Dirt Skin, Riot 9, Espander, Northern Tier, Flush FPV, Jackalope, Dan Richmond, Ram Donko, Harbles, Gem Fan Hobby in the house, Spurtin, Riot 9 again, Dan Richmond, Dan 636, Dusty Joe. I think I got everybody. What's up, friends? Over on Instagram is a little bit of a sneak peek at the Florida edit. I asked for... It might not even be up on my stories anymore, but I asked for... there was a section in the edit where I couldn't pick between two little chunks of video. So I filmed it on my phone in Instagram both ways, and I said, hey, A or B, what do you guys prefer? And A won. I think it was like 70 to 30. So yeah, I put A in there, and that edit is pretty much done. I watched it on the big TV, and I last night and today, and I did find a couple tiny little things that I do want to change. So other than that, though, it's good to go. I'm excited. Should be fun. Jackalope FPV says, "Happy Hump Day all. I really enjoyed the interview with a part of JB's channel, Super Cool Perspectives. Thank you, Jackalope." Random FPV says, "You sec space C gangly bastard." Ramdago says, "Watched it. Let's all make film companies." Mouse FPV says, "Do you know anywhere that has the 0702 in stock in the US and isn't Banggood or AliExpress?" I do not. Happy Model stuff is really tough. It's typically only ever in stock on AliExpress and Banggood until like months and months and months later when it'll eventually hit US stores. But yeah, I have not seen it anywhere. 661 says, "But the Unibel 0802 is 0.5 grams lighter each. That's like a 2 gram total loss." I don't think they're that light. That's what the 0702s weigh. The 0702s are a half a gram lighter than the tinywhoop.com 0802s. I didn't even realize that the Unibels were any lighter. The fact that they're any lighter than the old school Happy Model 0802s is pretty rad. So I'm gonna snag a set. I'm out of focus. What the hell is that? Why is that? What's happening? There we go. Yeah, that's a big deal. I'm gonna snag a set in that case. And if they throw magnets, they throw magnets. I'll just keep replacing them. Although, man, the guys that were telling me that they were throwing magnets, that it was happening like immediately, like within a couple of crashes. So for, you know, with how hard I crash, that's gonna happen like when I order them. 661 also says, "Just got a few Caddx Ants and an Ant Light. They look way better than the Runcam Nano Cams." Yeah, I think so too. I've seen a bunch of footage from the Caddx Ants, and I'm pretty impressed. Unfortunately, I can't really find a canopy that they fit right in. They don't really fit all that well in... I mean, yeah, they don't really fit all that well in this canopy. And then the version of it with mounting holes fits great in this canopy, but this is heavy as hell. I guess I could also put it into this slightly lighter weight canopy, but it's still a pretty heavy camera. Kebab did a version of it without the plug headers to save a little bit of weight, but that's been out of stock for eons. So yeah, I don't know. The Tiny Whoop camera situation is interesting, but the Runcam Nano, I feel like the Runcam Nano setup being lightweight is the biggest, is the most important thing, and then it looks kind of good enough. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It certainly looks better than the Newbie drone cameras, and it's lighter, so it makes it really hard for me to justify running the Newbie drone cameras on anything other than the tiny lifters, because they've got that, you know, wraparound mount that requires the Goober canopy. So, and you know, those rigs, it doesn't matter what the FPV feed looks like. you're just using that for navigation. You're carrying an Insta360 Go, and that's where the actual footage is coming from. Dusty Joe says, killer interview with Bargo. Thank you, dude. Motherdurskin says, I hear from talking to the CS person at Pyro that nobody wants to carry Happy Model stuff because they're impossible with returns QC issues, which obviously will happen a lot with Happy Model. That is the least shocking thing I've ever heard. That makes so much sense. Yeah, it's rough, man. It's really rough. I've always been pretty shocked that any of the U.S. resellers were willing to carry Happy Model stuff. So, Dusty Joe says, any long-range frame recommendations? Not from me. I don't know anything about long-range. Remy Tim is my go-to with long-range stuff, or the Facebook group Long Range Hooligans. The only recommendation I would have is a Glide with 7-inch arms. And I have no idea if that's actually a good option. You know, I think there's a big old AOS frame. I think there's maybe an AOS 7. That's AOS's Chris Rosser's frames, and that would probably be a good bet because it's gonna do a really good job crushing the vibrations coming from the motors. So you'd be able to really go nuts with the filters and the PIDs, which is a big deal on long range rigs. Grabbing a couple of batteries off the charger here, and all right. So I've got six Tiny Whoop batteries here that we can fly, so that's plenty to do a little head-to-head. Pyrodrone 661 says, Pyrodrone said they're going to stop stocking Happy Model stuff because they won't honor warranty returns. Yeah. Wild. Wild. You know, I'm also going to play around with 0803s, but I need to snag a replacement. Oh, wait, no, I'm not, because none of them are high enough kV, are they? Yeah, that's right. Never mind. I don't know what to do with these 0803s. I guess I'll do one last test with these 0803s on the one tiny lifter that has the JST 1.25 plugs on it to see. Although I know exactly how it's going to go. I love the way that they fly, but they're just so fragile. So fragile. But I don't know. Maybe I'll. I don't know. We'll see. I really like these Zing 0803s. My God, did they fly good? I haven't. I got to do more. I got to give some more love to those tiny lifters. I haven't really been flying them much. I've been too busy with indoor whooping stuff. I mean, that's technically what they're for, but they're not really for like indoor at home. They're for indoor, out in the wild, tiny whoop flying. As a reminder to all of you patrons, there is a Discord group, a new Discord text channel called Stick and Dick Ends, where I need you guys to put links to all of the stick ends that you know of, so that I can buy them all. And I'm gonna make one big kit with all the stick ends. I'm gonna use that kit to figure out which ones I want to run on my radios, and then I'll buy those. And then I'm going to send this kit to one of the top patrons. They're going to do the same thing, send it to another patron, boom, 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 and it will just bounce this kit of all the stick ends around. Because, you know, you buy a set of stick ends and it shows up, and it's like, well, even if I don't like these, I just spent money on them, so I better like them. And then, yeah, maybe you don't actually like them, but so yeah. 661, yeah, Zing makes an 0803. It's really nice. But I bent one of the bells in the very first crash. They're 17,000 kV. So on the tiny lifters, you scale them down to like 80% or so, and they're really good. So, couple of things for sale. I have a set of 4 of these RC and Power GTS V3 2105 motors, 3600 kV. Great for a Cinewhoop or 4-inch rig. They're absolutely brand new, so like I'm hoping to get retail for them. 3 of these little tiny PH 2.0 2S batteries, 1 Talon 300 mAh, 2 GNB 350 mAhs, never even ran them, and 2 of these, I ordered the wrong ones. These are HDLRC Areola 0802 22,000 kV motors. So yeah, if you want to buy any of that stuff from me, hit me up. I would love to move it along to you. All right, let's dig into the madness that is Tiny Whoop. And you know, I'm gonna go right in on the Mobula 7. I'm gonna make you guys wait for the actual flying and the 0702 0802 smackdown testing, because this shouldn't take me long. All I need to do is direct solder this camera up and then throw a couple of screws in here, and this Mobula 7 will be back up and running. And I believe that both of these batteries are charged right now and have been charged for a couple of days. So I want to get them, I want to get them discharged. I almost just put them on the discharger, but if I charge a battery, I try really hard to force myself to not discharge it and to like discharging it is flying it. Like that's, that's just something that I try to kind of do. So I'm going to direct solder these cameras. I'm just trying to save weight wherever I can. Let me take a look at the silk screening on these pads. So somebody in chat, do me a favor. From the inside to the outside, we've got video in, we've got video out. Why the hell is there a video out? That's weird. The VTX is on. Oh, I guess if the VTX on board blows up. And then we've got 5-volt and ground. That's how the pads on the Mobula 7 board go from inside to out. Soldering iron is coming up to temperature. I left the goddamn thing on all night last night. I feel like such a moron. Oh, hey, I did figure out the right way to, if you've got a Cinesplore and you're looking to get the Stan FPV ducts for it, hit me up. The ducts come with these really long screws, and Stan wants you to just run those screws into the plastic and that's it. Unfortunately, the first time you crash, it's going to strip that out. The ducts are going to strip out, which is insane because the ducts are poured from the HQ plastic, which is like pretty much indestructible. So yeah, I've figured out a little bit of a solution with the help of Matt McConnell, and basically the solution is to press the little brass inserts into it. And but if you do it wrong, I ruined 3 out of 4 ducts last night figuring out the right and wrong way to do that. And I would love for you guys to not go through that because the ducts are very expensive. So yeah, hit me up. Those ducts work on the Cinesplore. Oh hey, look at this. Somebody on Facebook Marketplace was selling a couple of Tooth Fairy 2s. So I was able to buy it, unfortunately with 5-inch arms, so I'm not going to do anything with the arms. But yeah, this is the Tooth Fairy 2 body area. Next week is going to be DJI week, where I'm going to build one of these things into a Cinewoop. So if you have or are going to buy a Tooth Fairy 2, I've got a shitload of the 5-inch arms. If you want to buy these arms off of me, just let me know. I would love to sell them to you. I've got 11, I think. 11 of these Tooth Fairy 2 5-inch arms that I'm never going to use. So if anybody out there wants them, let me know. And I will gladly sell them to you for cheap. Espander says he likes the TBS Crown. He got himself the TBS Crown Jewels and didn't like them. Good on you for separating out the... there's a name for it. It's like financial placebo or something. I don't know. Financial... I don't know. Dan Richmond says, what do you keep your QX7 in your bag? A case that fits? I have the BPX something or other, low pro bag, 2, 3, and the spot for a transmitter in that bag is just perfect for the QX7. Ethics sells a bag that is also perfect for the QX7. That's about all I know of. I don't know of any other QX7 specific bags. Ramdago says 1102s or on a 75X, maybe to lift thumb cam or Insta360. One of the tiny lifters is on the Beta FPV 1102s, and it's my favorite one. It's great. Awesome. There's inside to outside. Leonardson says, have you tried those V4 Cinesplorer ducts? Just threw a pair on my FPV cycle order. See how they go in the Tooth Fairy. I also placed an FPV cycle order the other night. I think it'll be here tomorrow with the Tooth Fairy 2 ducted, arms for the ducts and a set of those V4 ducts. So we'll see. They look an awful lot like the skinny ducts that you can get from Thingiverse, but I think they've got a little bit more angle to them. So I'm sure they'll perform really well, but they look more like a prop guard and less like a prop duct. I actually put the tall ducts back on the one Cinesplorer last night because this one is the 5-degree up tilt. This is the 15-degree up tilt. I had put them both onto the HQ ducts, but I ruined that set of ducts last night trying to figure out how to put the brass collars into them. So yeah, these two rigs are back on the tall and short ducts, which is fine. These are the Cloud 149 ducts. Here's a challenge for you guys. First person to find these Cloud 149 ducts available somewhere for purchase wins. Kebab had a ton of these, but then he priced them at $2 a set, and they sold, and they're gone now. There's a couple of guys that I've helped build Cinesplorers recently who want these ducts, and I didn't look super hard, but I looked and I can't find them anywhere. So if you know of a source for these Cloud 149 ducts, yeah, let me know, because some folks want to know where the hell they are. There's McConnell Studios. He says, stand FPV duct process, 1/8 inch drill bit, about 1/4 of an inch deep. Cylinder part of the insert fits right in. Iron at 400 degrees and slow pressed. I used a smaller drill bit, and I went a little bit deeper into there. The problem I was having was that when I was pushing the brass collar in, the plastic would melt on the sides, and then it would go up through the hole in the center, and then I wouldn't be able to thread the damn screw in there. So, yeah, I ended up drilling down farther with a smaller bit. I think, so they sell on Amazon a soldering iron tip for these things. And it's really important to get those collars like the strength with which the collars are in those ducts is 100% of the durability of the duct. So it's really important to really get those in there good. On Amazon, if you type brass collar soldering iron tool, no. What the hell did I type? Hold on. I searched for M2 brass collar and it came up. M2 brass collar. So this is it. This is the little soldering iron tip. This is the small one here, M2. So this would really help out because this this little nipple part of it here is longer than the brass collar. So the brass collar is going to go on there, and then this is going to stick out all the way through it. So when you push down into the plastic with this, it's going to prevent that plastic from coming around the collar and filling it up on the inside. So this is really going to help get the collar into the duct very, very strong. I'm not... my words are not working right now. I don't necessarily want this whole kit, though. Can I just find the one? Of course not. It's always a full kit. Hey! Nah, it's M2.5. Of course it is. I'll dig her... No, it's M3. Damn it. So it looks like they keep calling it Heat Set Insert Tip. That's a weird name. Hopefully I can find just the M2. So yeah, there's some feedback for you if you're building the Cinewhoop. Cinesplorer, in my opinion, is kind of the best one. Damn it, I have a feeling I'm going to end up having to order the entire kit, but that's okay. Let's get this camera welded up, and then we're gonna go to GemFan's website and fart around for a little bit. Raven189 says searched Reptile Cloud 149 on Banggood for those ducts. There are some that come with foam, but I think they are the same. You know, I didn't even think of looking on Banggood. Come on. You know what? I did look on Banggood, but I think if you just search Cloud 149, it doesn't come up. Yeah, I'm hoping for just the ducts, not the frame and the ducts, but Jesus, I mean, $37 with the frame, it's kind of like whatever. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Is that... I didn't... Yeah, I think that's the same thing. I think you're right. Okay, cool. So there it is. Hey, Reed, if you're watching this, here they are. Go to Banggood, search for Cloud 149, and you'll get this foam for nothing. Looks like that foam might actually work on the Cinesplorer. It looks to be roughly the same gap. That's kind of cool. Oh, it might not clear on the inside of the frame, though. That foam is kind of silly anyway. You're only ever going 1 mile an hour with a oh, look, it's you can only get it in red. You can only get the ducts in red. That's not the end of the world. Red's a fun color. Metal Dirtskin says McMaster car has the soldering tips, but not by themselves, and a whole big kit that costs $230. Lewis Taylor says you could always put a screw in the insert, but you may have trouble keeping them straight going in. Though, man, you're a pro. Get the right gear. Yeah, the screw trick is how I previously put the collars in, and the problem is getting them in there straight. What's nice about the solder... So the way that I have been doing it is just to use the regular soldering iron, and it works okay, but the problem is the plastic comes up through the hole. But yeah, it's important to be able to get the collar pressed down. So the full sequence of events is you drill it out a little bit, and then you get the collar, you put it on the soldering iron tip, even a regular soldering iron tip, it'll go on there. You get the collar hot, and then you put it as straight down as possible, but you don't put it all the way in there. You leave a little gap. The collar maintains its heat. You take the duct as quick as you can. You take the soldering iron off, you flip the duct upside down, and push it on your desk. And that way it pushes the brass collar up perfectly even. Otherwise, if you do it with the screw, a lot of times the collars will sit in there sideways, and that's a total disaster. So, yeah, if you drill it just right, you can do it with your existing soldering iron tip. But, man, you got to drill it perfectly, and... I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this tool, because with this tool, no matter what, it's gonna be a little bit stronger, and yeah, that makes a big difference. I've crashed the ones that Matt McConnell made for me, and he did the same thing that I've kind of figured out without that tool, and the inserts have been totally strong in there. So his method absolutely does work, but these little soldering iron tips are going to work a little bit better. I won't, once I use the tip and prep a couple of sets of these ducts, I will, I'll mail it to anybody else that needs to use it. It works on Hacko and Weller soldering irons. So if anybody needs it after I'm done with it. Quad Killer says RDQ has the 149 ducts and bumpers for $5. Well, Google did not do a good job trying to find them. Yep, there they are, and well, maybe in black. Yeah, either black or red. There you go. Cool. I'm gonna send this over to Reed because he's the most recent person that was looking for him. What I like about the cloud ducts is they're very tall, and that makes them very slow. So for the Tiny Whoop that's got a 5-degree up tilt GoPro mount, that's specifically what this Tiny Whoop is for, going very, very slowly. So these ducts are a really good match. They do not perform as well as these Stan FPV ducts or the FPV Cycle 3D printed ducts, but they still perform okay. Reading the wind, there it is. All right, cool. Good call, guys. Good find. Ramzago says, do you sell that prop remover? I do not, but GemFan sells it. The prop locket, I'm assuming that you're talking about. Yeah, GemFan's selling it. Last I heard, it was on, you could get it on Pyrodrone. Dan636 says, so that tip deal thing sets a threaded insert. Sorry, got a lot going on right now. If you go to here on YouTube, if you search for brass collar installation, you'll find a bunch of videos where people have that little tool and they'll show you exactly how it works. It's hard to explain. Expander says quad shakes when flying straight or smooth, played with sliders, jacked everything up by a lot with no luck, got the prop wash way down but not the shakes. What should I try next? Do the motors get hot, Expander? Also, are the motors very coggy? If the motors are very coggy, that's one of the problems with really coggy motors. And then also, it sounds a lot like a mechanical problem. Check your motors, check your props, check your arms, check all the screws on the build, all the things that we always talk about, right? Spin the motors up in turtle mode or in the motors tab. Yeah, twist your arms, flex your arms, try to find one that's weak. That is almost guaranteed a mechanical issue that tuning is not going to do anything for. So, all right, let me get back over to the bench and we're going to knock out this Mobula 7. Soldering iron is still on at 710 degrees. Where's the canopy? Here it is. All right, so let's strip and tin these wires. I should do a dual. There is a plug on this board that you can plug a camera into, but it butts right up against the frame itself, which I just really hate. So I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to direct solder this. It's fine. It takes a couple of seconds, and yeah, it eliminates the potential of like plug coming out or, you know, other annoying things like that. All right, so I've got these three 30 gauge wires stripped. Now we're just going to tin them up real quick. Remember, with tinning wires, you want to put the soldering iron on one side of the wires, typically the bottom, and then you want to feed the solder in from the top. That way you are pushing solder in between the strands of wire, which is important. Just as important as tinning your wires to begin with. All right. Turn on my little handy dandy fan. So that's setting. It speeds up and then it slows down. It's interesting. Oh, there's a cool little breeze coming off of it. Ooh, that's nice. That's interesting. When you turn that fan on, it ramps up to full speed and then it backs off. I wonder why they did that. Raven 187 is correct. If you've got a wire that's right on top of the gyro chip on the board, it can cause problems. I consider that to be a mechanical problem as well. All right, so we're going to do the video first because that is the pad that's most inboard. You want to always solder farthest away to nearest so that you're not crossing over the work that you just completed with the soldering iron. So let's get this guy on here. All right, I'm going to balance the camera over here on this murder, and then I'm just going to use my really fine-tipped tweezers to hold the actual wires, and away we go. Remember, with soldering, you want to spend most of your time getting everything exactly into position and as minimal amount of time touching the soldering iron to the work. It is all prep when it comes to soldering. Okay, first one's looking good. And then we're going to go 5 volt next. Just spin this wire under the video wire. Come on, little buddy. Okay. I'm gonna. This red wire is really long. I'm gonna chop it and re-tin it. This is gonna drive me insane. Stand by. I'm gonna re-strip and re-tin it. It was like the exact amount too long that it would drive me mad. Oh, farts. Oh, no, I got it. Alright, we're good. What you see me doing with my fingernail is I'm pushing the insulation down a little bit. Usually when you strip the insulation, you pull it up a little bit. It helps to then push it back down. You pull it out over the end of the wire a little bit. It helps to then push it back down. Kind of a subtle thing, but everything we do is subtle. Alright, that wire is now tinned. And let's get it down. Get the ground out of the way here. Alright, so get it down exactly where you want it. You want to use your left hand to control the wire and your right hand to apply the heat. What you don't want to do is try to control or move around the wire with your right hand. That is not the move. Get a little tiny bit of solder on the tip of this iron. Oops. I wasn't actually holding the wire itself. There we go. There's the 5 volt, and now here comes the ground. Here comes the juice, as they say on The Expanse. When they go into a high G situation. Flip and burn, friends. Flip and burn. That looks extremely clean. Way cleaner than it needs to be. But it's always better to be too clean than not clean enough. Just ask my balls. Oh boy. That was shocking. Okay, here we go. Camera is on. The next big question is the camera right side up or upside down? I've glued it into the mount, so I hope to hell that it's right side up, because this is not a camera that has a remote control to hook up to it, where that kind of thing can be sort of reversed. So I've got all my eggs in one basket here. This is it's kind of cool looking with this canopy, I must admit. Also, I'm going to throw this little tiny True RC Singularity on here. So let me just get that snapped on here. It should just be able to tuck right under the canopy and just kind of sit on there all nice like. No big deal. And so this is what it's going to look like. Oh my god, yeah, that is perfect. It sits it sits perfectly in the back there. God, is that satisfying. Okay, so it's going to sit basically right there. And so let me get a little bit of glue on the UFL to make sure that doesn't pop off of there. And for quick jobs like this, sometimes I'll use this UV glue, which is kind of nice. It's what I like about it is if you need to remove it, you pick it off with your fingernails in one big chunk. Maybe I'll use hot glue though. I'm actually going to use hot glue. No, this, yeah. Let me use hot glue. I don't know. With this board being a Happy Model board, this dries really hard. I don't want to risk it pulling a component off the board or something like that. Modertson says that little clip on the back of the canopy also holds that antenna nicely with a little tapered glue to help it. Yeah, I do that with the whip antennas, but this little guy's not long enough. Brandon's Baked Bean says, switching to a B-Brain canopy, those are on all my whoops and some toothpicks. Yeah, I've never really used this. I've never really used this canopy. I've had it forever, but yeah, I've just never actually put it in a build. Here's another way to get some hot glue under your shit. Use your little clippers like I just did to cut a little piece of the hot glue off, and then skewer it on a little toothpick, and then you're gonna hit it with the with your torch or your lighter to make it liquid, and then you can just boop and like precision apply a little bit of hot glue. Let me point the fan away. I've never actually done this before. Let's see how it works. I mean, it should be totally fine. Got to make sure it doesn't drip off the tip of the thing. So keep moving it around, and then bloop. Oh, that's terrific. That works perfect. Yep. Moosh it around. And then I'm going to do another little blob on the other side. That worked exactly as I thought it would. First time for everything. So yeah, just chop a little bit off. It's just a regular old hot glue stick. Usually what I do is just hold the lighter up to the hot glue stick, make the whole end of the hot glue stick molten, and then push it up against stuff. But if I did that on here, it would leave a gigantic blob for no real reason. This little trick is kind of terrific. It's a little fiddly, admittedly, but I mean, Christ, it's a tiny whoop. Everything about it is fiddly. I'm going to try holding it up like this time. Keep it moving, keep it moving. Try not to light the toothpick on fire. Okay. And then, oh fuck. Oh God, that went on the motor. I got hot glue on my motor. That's going horribly awry. It looks like it just sat up on the top. I'm going to let it dry and try to pick it off of there. That was quite dumb on my part, and the toothpick caught on fire. That was fun. Let's try that one more time. This time I won't do it over the motors. Jesus. What happened is I didn't notice that the hot glue had caught fire, and it just kept getting hotter and hotter, and then it got hot enough to drip off of the end of the toothpick. Jesus. Should be cool enough now. Let's peel it off here and see if this motor still spins. Hey, motor still spins. Wow, that was super creepy. Jesus. And I could reuse this little bit, but I already cut another little piece off. Jesus Christ. That was ultra creepy. Okay. So we're going to keep it not over the build this time. All right, it's starting to get soft. And all right, good. Didn't get it too hot this time. Pull it over, push it on there. Hot glue. I also hot glue is nice because it's removable. You know, you can just pick it off with your fingertips, but it has just enough stickiness to hold the UFL on. All right, so that was much better this time. And the last thing I'm going to do is just put a little tiny bit of heat near it. Okay, that's enough. Just enough to make sure that it's sticking to the UFL itself. All right, so that UFL should stick on there absolutely fine. Pick the rest a little bit off the toothpick, and then we can reuse this toothpick. Every tree counts, friends. Okay, so let's put the rear screw into this. Terminal says, try putting the hard piece where you want it and move your soldering iron near the glue to melt it. That's interesting, but don't touch it. Yeah, the soldering iron would totally transfer enough heat to melt the hot glue. That's fun. That's a fun idea. I like that. I wonder if it would be hard on the tip of the soldering iron, though, if you did touch the glue. I try my best to not beat on the tip of the soldering iron any more than I already do by accidentally leaving the damn thing on overnight all the time. Not all the time. It's pretty. Oh, for Christ's sakes, that's the front screw, not the back screw. I'm used to the front screw being the one that doesn't go through the canopy from the Goober canopies and the Mobula 6 canopy. Yeah, this whole canopy screws onto the front and the sides thing is kind of weird. Cool looking camera mount though, right? This will be a neat looking little rig in a minute. Alright, there we go. Now we're on there. Screw that down just a little bit more. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to use these medium length screws here because I don't know. I don't know why I'm not using the long Mobula 7 screws, but this should be fine. This is not going to be a basher rig, so I'm not really all that concerned. Oh, look how cool this looks, man. Come on now. I was really close to getting rid of this rig. I was going to do a giveaway with it or sell it or something like that. But now that it's cool looking, maybe I'll hang on to it. Looks like the ELRS antenna has a ton of clearance, as does the UFL connector. This canopy seems to be a good fit for the Mobula 7. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Got these screws tightened down just enough, but not too much. It's probably about right. Look at that little thing. Ooh wee. That is a handsome little devil. Look at me now. I could have cut these camera wires a little bit shorter, but that's okay. That's fine. I wonder if I can loop them around the head of the antenna here, just to kind of secure them, maybe? Let's see. Try to do this without ripping them off the fucking pads. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god. Alright, let's do this. Let's route these down and around the bottom of the antenna. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. Oh, that is it. This is the cleanest thing in the effing world right now. Good God. Oh, chat. Oh, come on. Come on, you can't tell me that doesn't give you a massive erection. You can tell me that? Oh. Alright, well, I tried. I don't know what direction these motors are going to be spinning in, though, so let's figure that out first. Alright. And fire up some Betaflight here. I've gotten like 4 hours of sleep for the last couple of nights, so I'm a little bit low energy today. Hope you guys don't mind. If you do, go to hell. You didn't pay for this live stream. All right, let's see. The motors are definitely going to be in the right positions. The question is, what direction are they spinning? All backwards, not all backwards. Let me crank it up a little bit more. So we've got motor 1 is wrong, motor 2 is wrong, motor 3 is right, motor 4 is wrong. Motor 3 is the only one that's correct. So let's click on motor direction. I understand the risks individually. 1, reverse. 2, reverse. 4, reverse. Close. I understand the risks. Spin them back up. 1 is still wrong. It's kind of hard to tell. They make so little thrust. 1 is still wrong, and 4 is still wrong. So 1 and 4 need to be set to normal. Understand the risks. Motor direction. Individually, 1, normal. Fuck, what did I say? 4? 4, normal. Close, understand. That should be right. Oh, yeah. When they're all right, it's obvious. When there's just 1 or 2 that are wrong, it's not all that obvious. They sound nice and smooth, these motors. Everything is smooth, though. Gives me the fizz, Lewis Taylor says. All right, let's fly a couple of these batteries. I mean, it's been a while since I flew this rig on the Tiny Whoop motors, so I can all but guarantee you I'm not going to be able to say, hey, these are better than the Tiny Whoop motors, but, you know, if I'll be able to give you some feedback. Okay. Now that I'm done having a crisis, we can get this going. Living that monitor life. Somebody called me out. I posted a picture yesterday on Instagram of the DJI goggles with my small CiottiFPV OG sticker on them, which fits really nice. And they were like, "Yo, how you gonna put this picture up a day after the Joshua Bardwell video comes out with you saying that you're still on analog and that there's benefits of analog?" And I was like, "Look, I'm not taking all the analog rigs apart. Like, this is an experiment. It might be okay. It might not." I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be okay. But, you know, I found that kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, I've never been an analog holdout for the sake of being an analog holdout. Like, I couldn't afford DJI. Analog worked totally fine. And there were some benefits. I mean, with enough money, you can make DJI do all the things that were benefits of analog, but, you know, I don't have much money, so, yeah, that's the situation I was in. But then a few extremely generous folks, Matt McConnell, T-Bird, FPV Exchange, and a couple other folks. Hey, the camera's not upside down. Hell yes. Yeah, I can now afford, which is great. Because, man, I can't wait to be able to see where I'm going. Let's just be honest here. All right, friends, Mobula 7 with the Areola 0802 25,000 kV motors that you guys bought. Whoa, boy! Feel pretty much What is that? Feel pretty much exactly the same as the TinyWhoop.com motors. My flying, on the other hand. So this is this 199 camera. I don't really know anything about it. It doesn't seem to love this purple light. That's for sure. It's like super saturated. There's super saturation going on. This rig does boogie. With these 0802 25,000s, man, they really do bring this Mobula 7 alive. That's for sure. Different little living room layout, since all I want to do is play Gran Turismo 7 right now. I brought out this little part of the couch and put it here, and then I rotated the coffee table 90 degrees so I could put the sim rig directly in front of the television, so that I can just sit here for hour after hour after hour playing Gran Turismo 7. It's really good. I kind of can't believe how good it is. I think I have a big smudge on my goggles. I feel like there's a big smudge in the middle of the lens to you guys. Huh. Hey, Grizz finally got to 100 subs. If he's not at 200 by the end of this live stream, I'm gonna stab everyone in the face with a hammer. I can pretty confidently say that these don't really make any more or less power than the tinywhoop.com 0802 25,000s. If I gun to my head, I kind of think maybe they make a little bit less thrust. Although that's not fair. These batteries have been charged for 3 days. And these little batteries hate when you do that. So that's not a fair thing to say. But this camera looks pretty good, don't it? When this camera's got good, like right now, this camera looks really nice actually. We'll test field of view in a little bit here. Looks like it looks like it's out of focus on my face, but it's in focus really close up. See that? See how it's like very in focus on the on my hand right now, but my face is a little bit soft. Kind of perfect for Tiny Whoop stuff. This camera looks really good. Let's compare it to the let's compare it real quick to the Runcam Nano. Actually, here, let me leave it turned on, and then I'll just plug one of these batteries into the Mobula 6, and we'll do a quick camera comparison. I've got two VTXs both banging away right now. Which one will win? So here's this. Oh yeah. Oh wow. I don't know. This is definitely better in focus. You can see my face is much better in focus, and my hand is a little bit out of focus. So yeah, the focal range is better. What about the field of view? So let's compare the field of view. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna butt it right up against the workbench here. Let me kill this light. And all right, so we're gonna use the T. So this is coexist. We're gonna use the T of coexist as the left side of the frame indicator, and then the right side of the frame indicator is basically the door here. We've got a bunch of the door. All right, so the T in coexist, and then I've got the second set of panes here on the door, and now on this 199 board camera, let's see how that kind of stacks up. Wow, man, these cameras look so different from each other. That was sitting like that, so the camera was right about there. Okay, so the lens is in the exact same spot. We've got the T in coexist over here. So it's a little bit less field of view. See how there's a little bit less of the door in view? But it's pretty damn close. This is a pretty similar field of view to the Runcam Nano. Watch this though. Look at the newbie drone camera on the newbie drone rig. Watch the field of view of this guy, which I like. I actually prefer the field of view of this newbie drone camera. So T in coexist, and then we've got the entire fucking door over here, you know, and then some. So the newbie drone camera is definitely quite a bit wider field of view, which for indoor flying is a really good thing. That makes the action seem like it's happening a little bit at a little bit faster of a pace. But man, the colors on this camera look really nice, don't they? This little 199 board cam. I'm pretty impressed by that. All right, let's throw another battery on here, drain this other 380, and then yeah, maybe on next week's Whoop Wednesday we'll swap a bunch of these cameras out and kind of compare them a little bit more. All right.
Low battery.
Battery is roughly centered. There's no, I'm not getting any duct in view. Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah, there's a little bit of duct in view here. right. Let's see how it. Man, yeah, it's. This is an interesting little camera on here.
4, 3.
But yeah, those blues and purples are really getting blown out. Let's do this. Hold on. Let's do this. Hold on. That was the Newbie drone. That last one with the super wide field of view. That was the Newbie drone BI camera. Let's kick living room to bright white. There we go. Ah! Big old heavy 75 mil motor to motor rig. Oh boy! We're going for a ride. Oh boy. Yeah, this thing, not... what I'm going to say about these motors is that these are the HDLRC Areola 0802 25,000s. And what I'll say about them is that they're absolutely better than the Happy Model 20,000 kV 0802s that this rig comes with. But, hey, I managed to watch it fall. That was kind of cool. But I would not get these motors instead of the Happy Models. I would absolutely not do that. The Happy Models, I can all but guarantee, are going to give you a bunch more power. They have a good feel to them, though. Let me see where the throttle oops, nope. The throttle expo is at. I got it turned up pretty good. It's up at 40. Yeah, the throttle control feels great with these motors, so I will absolutely admit that. But that's probably because they're not making a ton of power. Oh, fuck! Are you kidding me? I cannot believe that. Wow, okay. Oh, no. Wow, dude, that was fucking ridiculous. I wish I could claim... I wish I could say that I did that on... I wish I could say I did that on purpose. But I didn't. Oh my god, that was just the biggest hurl in the world, and it went through that goddamn gate. Holy shit. Wow. Tiny whoops, man. Come on. If you don't have a little fleet of brushless tiny whoops, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You need to get on that shit. Look at this thing sliding around. Yo, that was ridiculous. Oh, this battery is shot. Wow. Jesus, that was outrageous. This rig actually feels kind of nice right now. Yo, that was a fucking... That was quite the battery. Jeez. Okay. Maybe these motors have some magical secret sauce. I don't know. This rig still feels too heavy. Sometimes I just fly really well. But yeah, I mean, shit. If that level of performance is enough for you from a Mobula 7, there you go. HDLRC Areolas. Damn, yo. That was... that was mega. That was mega. Jesus. And then the power loop through the other one in the doorway there. God damn. Blessed areolas. Nice. All right, cool. I also have so Quad 66 has done tons of testing on these small motors. And he says that these 380s are actually not all that good, but these are the lightest weight motors with the PH 2.0 on them that fit in the Mobula 7 frame. He likes the GNB 300 MAH in this same format that's pink, but they don't make it in 1S. They only make it in 2S, 3S. But it's 80C and it's 300 mAh. Emax has a battery that's 300 mAh and it's marked 80C, so that might be that GNB battery. I have one coming. I have no idea, Veritas Weasel. I have not been paying attention to Remote ID. Yeah, so I have that coming. Unfortunately, it has a GNB 27 connector on it. So what I'm going to do, I think, is remove that connector, solder on a BT 2.0, and then I think I'm going to put BT 2.0s on both of these 380s, and then I'll have, and then I'll switch this Mobula 7 over to BT 2.0 as well. So yeah, a couple of things. We'll do that. Maybe I guess we'll do that. Maybe I'll get antsy and do that this weekend, or maybe we'll wait until Whoop Wednesday next week. All right. Lewis Taylor says, "Can that 199 camera be focused?" Not really. No, these little tiny cameras, they glue the lenses on. Yeah, it's glued on. I mean, you can sit there and like chip away at the stuff, but when I'm flying, when I'm in the air, it doesn't really bother me all that much. So, 661 says, "Wait, did you put 0702s on the 75mm frame? Or did I mishear that?" No, this is 0802s. Areola 0802 25,000s. All right. Do it again, Riot9 says. Not a hope in hell. Although, I don't know. I mean, it's just a straight shot down that hallway and then a big-ass throw. So we'll try it on the 65mm rigs. Cool. So the Mobula 7 has a new look, a different camera, and it performs okay. It performs okay. Nothing to sneeze at, which is a strange saying that I've never really understood. Okay, let's do some 65mm whoop things. Let's throw this up on the old shelfaroo. Look at this. It's probably out of focus. Can you guys see that? You know what that is? Oh boy. It's the stash, guys. It's the stash. These all work. 3 of them are kind of rough. 2 of them are absolutely beautiful. Yeah, we're doing the 0702 versus 0802 comparison now. All right. Let's get it on, people. Feels good to have a little Session 5 stash, but I'll tell you what, I don't want to fly them. Like, since they're such unicorns, like, I don't want to put them up in the air. But that's the whole point. So, all right, so we're going to do 0702s first, and then we're going to pop it out of here, drop it into here. What? I just ordered a bunch more of these GemFan tri-blades, and for the life of me, I can't find them, although I just remembered where I put them. I put them in here, didn't I? Didn't I? Didn't I? I did. I did. Yeah! There they are. Okay, cool. I don't want to have to remove props off of one and put it on the other. So yeah, we're going to fly a couple of batteries. We'll fly three batteries on the 0702s to kind of get dialed in. And then we'll fly 2 batteries on the tinywhoop.com 0802s. And we will see who is victorious. I have a feeling it might be the 0802s, but you never know. These 0702s are a 0.5 gram lighter each. That's a big deal. That's a big difference in weight. So there could be a shocker. We could get shockered here, friends. what I want you guys to keep track of, if you don't mind, is run times, and if you can call out the highest amp rating that you see in the OSD, I would love that. That would be super, super, super helpful. So yeah, if talk amongst yourselves in chat, somebody that's like sitting at their keyboard really paying attention, if you can write all that shit down and then drop it in the chat, that'll really help us figure out some things, you know what I mean? One of the problems I might have here is when I switch this over, it might not, these tinywhoop.com motors might not be spinning in the right direction, but we're going to find out. Maybe it'll be okay. So yeah, somebody volunteer in the chat right now, and then if a couple of you guys volunteer, somebody say, no, me. And yeah, just we don't need 14 people doing it. Just need one. Makes sense? There's a name for it. We need a... somebody needs to be the person that writes stuff down. What's that person called? The... scratching my foot. 661 says I run 1S450 HV RDQ packs on my 75mm whoops. Yeah, those are a little heavy for me. But yeah, I'm not in it for runtime. Freelojo says it's 5 fives. What do you mean, Freelojo? 661 says I've been running the not HV 1S 450 MAH on my Mosquito and Mosquito XL and Kebab's recommendation, saying not HV packs are better, and I would say they have less sag and a bit more stable voltage. Yeah, I love that idea, but a bit less runtime. Yeah, I love that idea, but they're yeah, I want 300 or 380. Right, 9 says set max amp draw in the stats. That's a really good idea. Right, 9 says spoiler 308 at Mudderton says the secretary. That's it, secretary. Raviogi says the scribe. Veritas Riesel says the person who writes things down is the scribe. I feel like there's this stats bitch. Yeah, right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put max amp because it happens so fast that trying to catch it live is gonna be a real bastard. So yeah, let's throw it in the OSD real quick here. Good call, James Flores with a $7 super chat for a gallon of gas. Thank you very much, James. Yeah, Russia's really fucking us over. You know. Meeting minutes, CMYK says. That's what I was groping for. Meeting minutes. Not warnings. Post-flight statistics. Battery current draw maximum. Looks like I've already got it in there. All right, so it's gonna tell us at the end of the battery. MAH used. Battery voltage end. Battery voltage minimum. All right. Cool. I'm gonna turn off battery voltage end, and I'm gonna turn on regular the current battery voltage, because after we come back and land, the battery bounces back up in voltage. If I do like if I'm full throttle when I disarm it, that battery voltage end is going to be useless. I love G-force maximum being in there, but it is completely worthless, so let's turn that off. Timer 1, RSSI minimum is kind of interesting, although not really anymore, because this is on ELRS. But I'll leave it, that's fine. Link quality minimum is really what I want. So let's turn that on, and we'll turn RSSI minimum off. G-force maximum, flight time total, flight count, flight distance, ESC max. Oh, ESC temperature maximum, that's pretty cool. ESC RPM maximum, what? Yeah. I didn't know that existed. That's a really cool post-flight stat. Okay, cool. That's a much better setup of post-flight stats. Freelugia says, oh, the GoPro stack. Oh, right, it's 5 fives. Stenographer. That's it. Freelojo, you got it. Stenographer. That's the word that I was looking for, is stenographer. All right, so do we have a... did you guys figure out? Do we have a stenographer? We don't need 18 people to do it. It might happen fast, because I'm going to forget. I'm going to be all jacked up on goofballs flying around like a maniac. So hopefully somebody catches it. Okay, here we go. This is Happy Model 0702's. This first battery is going to be one of these We Bleed FPVs because they make tons of power. So let's figure out like the maximum RPM and the maximum amp draw right off the bat here. Happy Model 0702, 26,000 kV motors on Gemfan tri-blade props. Ya-da-da-da-da-da! Yop, yop. That's right, Blue Jay. Sing the song of our BLHES people. If you don't mind. Come on, plug in, you bastard. Get in there! Are you too good for your home? Answer me. Come on, you fart bag. There we go. All right, there we go. And let's get this focused. Okay, cool. Here we go. Oh God, yeah. Not having post-flight stats on DJI is going to piss me the fuck off. There's a couple of things that I know that I'm gonna miss. I know it, but you know, what can I do? Here we go.
Low battery.
I don't know why the battery is at 4.16 volts, but look how much more power this has. Come on. So what I'm trying to do, I'm just blasting the throttle. Oh my God. So that should have the, that should have generated maximum RPM there. Those couple of little moves. So now we'll just fly around normally. And maximum amp draw. Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely no contest. This is so much better for indoor freestyle than the Mobula 7 will ever be. Oh boy. Those like stalls, those like inverted stalls and stuff like that, you just can't do that with anything other than these really lightweight 65 mil rigs with these mega KV motors. Look at crash recovery, just completely covering my ass on that one. Trying to get that move like really tight, but it's tough. This little couch and sim rig and coffee table setup is definitely not as good to fly. Hey, look at this. Look at all these giveaways going out. Look at that. Oh shit, friends. Giveaways inbound is the last 2 weeks of giveaways there. Oh boy. No. There's a secret under this desk. Look at that. Anytime I have a sticker that I peel off of something, I stick it on the bottom of this desk. Oh no, that's near the sink. We're good. Oh boy. Nope. Easy.
10, 9, 8.
I cannot explain to you guys how good Gran Turismo 7 is. If you have any interest in racing games, buy yourself a PS4 and get Gran Turismo 7. You can thank me later. It is just outrageous. That was a cool little move there. I knew I was going to touch that. That's what she said. Woo! Woo! Getting close. Oh no! Oh no! Thank you, Crash Recovery. You almost got it done. Not quite though. Gangly feet! Gangly feet! I have got some gangly feet! Captain Gangles, at your service, backwards through the circular gate. Oh, yes. Come on, give it to me. Alright, so I'm going to come home when it starts flashing low battery. Alright, post-flight stats. Total arm time, 319. Min battery, 315. Battery voltage at the moment is 3.5, coming up to 351, 352. Maximum current, 10 amps. Used MAH, 278. Maximum ESC RPM is broken, so I can turn that off. Minimum link quality, 95%. That's pretty cool. And then peak FFT is 884 hertz. I believe what peak FFT means is the maximum frequency that the filtering experiences, which is kind of similar to the maximum RPM. You can almost use that peak FFT if it really means that. I'm not totally sure that that's what it means, but I'm pretty sure it is. Man, this rig, this Mobula 6 ELRS with these Gemfan tri-blades in this Meteor 65 frame, this is it. This is the one, guys. Like, just buy this. My God. I mean, fuck. This is so good. These motors have like a little bit of a softness to them that I think I'm gonna lose with the 0802s. It makes flying it in here. So this battery is at a little bit higher voltage, 4.19 off the rip. Yeah, this is like, and it's $100 for this rig. Like, come on. All right, let me try to max it out again. Oh boy, that was just not great. Try to max it out one more time here. Oh God. Okay, let's try again. Woo, man, that is hard to do. It gets going so fucking fast. Jesus. It's so responsive, man. Like, it just hammers immediately. All right, let's try one more time. Woo! I got through that gate. That was not on purpose. I wanted to keep it a little bit lower. Let me try one more time. I want to try to run the whole length. Oh, no! All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, no, stop it. Oh! So there was a little uncommanded wobble in there where the PID tune ran out of chooch. That's fine. I don't ever really do those full high-speed runs like that. Man, that's wild. This thing fucking eats. This is a long hallway, guys. Like look at this hallway at a sane speed, right? This is like a walking pace. There's some distance here, you know? And it just fucking eats it up like a goddamn Ferrari. Ferraris don't even make that much power. Oh, I guess now they do. This is a fun game right here. You can really see crash recovery come on when it hits the ground. Oh boy! I hit it hard. Ah! That's a cool game. How fast can you go all the way backwards? So I've done a lot of full throttle on this battery, so that there's probably going to be a little less runtime. But that's okay. Let's keep fucking grooving around here. Oh, that would have been sick. That would have been sick. Woo! Now we will run the little racetrack to the right. Right turns are always harder than left turns. It's very annoying. Gotta practice some more. Woo, 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 getting out of control. Oh, yeah. Getting in it. Come on. Oh! I'm very close to the sink. Must be careful. Oh, I'm on the drying rack. I'm on the I think that's unrecoverable. Hold on. Yeah, little buddy. Hello. Friend. Okay. Here we go. Let's run the rest of this battery. Left turn, gang. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's a little upset. Something's going on. I bent a prop or picked up a hair or something. Hold on, let's see. What's happening, little guy? What are you upset about? Oh, he's alright. Yeah, he's okay. Or is he? Hold on. Little buddy, what's up? What's your damage, bro? What's your deal? So this battery runtime is going to be all jacked up because I'm farting around with it. Is the prop bent? I don't know. Keep bashing. We'll still learn a little something on this one. Plus, I think the battery's almost done. No, we got a little time left. Oh wow, look at the runtime on this battery. The runtime is up there. Yeah, it's saggy. Give it another second or two here, and it'll probably start flashing. There it is. Low battery coming home. All right, 345, 308 minimum. Battery is 3.4. Yeah, I definitely ran this battery a little bit lower. Max current was only 8 amps this time. Interesting. Used MAH 303. Minimum length 92. Look at the peak FFT though. It's up to 938 hertz. That's weird. The max current is lower, but the peak FFT is higher. That does not make any sense. That leads me to believe that the peak FFT is not what I thought it was. Oh, you know what? The peak FFT gets wiped out every time you arm and disarm. So that's why. Now I'm going to run a BT 2.0 Beta FPV 260 rolled battery just to give a little bit of a, I don't know. This is a lighter weight battery. I charged 2 of them. Let's just run it real quick. Just give us a different little perspective here. And then we're going to switch it over to the 0802s. And I can't wait. Look at the battery voltage. Much higher this time. 4.27. These little Beta FPV batteries are not bad. These little 260s, they're surprisingly decent. Oh, God, that hit the wall hard. So what I'm going to do is disarm it, and we'll get those stats. Oh, God, it is so hard to get it going that speed and then get it hauled down. But I think that was pretty good. Let's see. Peak FFT 939, max current 10 amps. Okay, yeah, so we're hitting that 10 amp number pretty consistently now. Good to know. The 0802s are probably going to pull a lot harder than that. Whoa, boy! Let's see what kind of runtime we get out of this 260. Oh, no! Oh! I love those off-throttle moves with a tiny whoop. It's so challenging, but my God, is it so satisfying when you get it right. This thing is eating up prop wash, too. This is the meme tune on here, I think. All hundreds. All P gain, I gain, and D max all at 100. So yeah, there's just that with these 0702s, something that I've noticed is there's just this really nice softness to them. Like it really, in terms of like watching Tiny Whoop flight footage, I really like the way the flight footage looks from these motors. They're not they're not as violent as the 0802s, and they're half a gram lighter per. So you end up with this like nice buttery kind of flying. And yeah, I just think that looks really nice. Kind of a weird thing to think about with Tiny Whoops, but I mean, if you're gonna be doing edits with Tiny Whoop footage, or you know, showing your friends or whatever, like it's cool to be all nice and smooth, you know. No. Easy. No. Don't be stuck under the couch. Nobody wants that. Yeah, there we go. Oh boy. Oh, okay, we're good. Okay, started flashing. This doesn't really mean anything, but yeah, and this battery is whatever. But there's the post-flight stats for the Beta FPV 260. Bouncing back up to 3.62. Looks like it's holding at 3.62. So there we go. I'm going to switch it over now, and we're going to repeat that test, but in reverse. I'm going to fly the Beta FPV battery first, and then we're going to fly the Weebly batteries, and hopefully we can tell a difference. Everything seems okay with the rig. Man, I fucking slammed it into that door hard. I wouldn't be surprised if it bent one of the props, and that's why it's getting kind of upset. Let me just really quickly kind of check on that, just to be sure. So one of the ways that I do that on these Tiny Whoops is I take a tool and I just spin the prop around, and I just look at like, I try to find like a little visual reference point, and then see if all the blades are rotating against that same sort of spot. For example, like what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at like the bottom of the propeller. So the bottom of this blade is perfectly lined up with the bottom of that duct, but no, that one's also lined up. That one's a little bit low, so this blade might be bent down a tiny little bit. So we'll just gently pull it back up a little bit and pull it up a little bit more, and then I'll do the same thing here. Bottom of the blade, bottom of the duct, bottom of the blade, bottom of the duct. Yeah, they look fine. I think these motors are finally just getting banged up, or I broke the frame. Let's see. You can break these Meteor 65 frames. They're not indestructible. But no, it looks like we're fine. I think the motors are just getting worked in. I do have the PIDs pretty aggressive on this. I could probably, and the filters, I can probably back them off a little bit just to chill it out. But it's fine once it's up in the air. All right, so we're gonna swap this frame over to the other one and see how the 0802s stack up. So the 0702s. It's going to be pretty obvious in the post-flight stats. Like these 0802s are going to hit the battery quite a bit harder, and it's going to be 2 full grams heavier. But I don't care about the runtime. I just care about the all-out performance. So that's what we're testing here. Which motors perform better and are better for indoor freestyle. I mean, one of the things is going to be, this is kind of space dependent. This is a very small apartment here. I am going to try to replicate this test at Maggie's place, which is a much bigger spot. Maybe Friday, maybe Sunday, I don't know, we'll see. Or maybe off stream entirely. But yeah, this is an imperfect test, but I don't know. I actually think this is a pretty good test, to be really honest. So let's see what happens. Same grommets. See how much quicker this swap is than unscrewing all the motors? This is how to do it, yo. This is how you test head to head right here, in my opinion. All right, going in. This is also, in fairness, this frame is brand new. These motors are much less beat up. These motors are basically brand new, and these props are a little bit more fresh. So, in a way, we're giving some advantages to the 0802 setup. There's really no, like, I can't really control that. You know, like, I can't beat these motors up real quick. It takes a lot of batteries to work a motor in the way that I work these motors in, but still be a pretty good test. I'm really interested to see how this thing feels. The thing I'm most interested in is whether or not this feels wildly different in the same way that the newbie drone rig does on the 0802s. I'm really interested to see if I have a hard time adjusting to this, like I do with that newbie drone rig. I don't think that I will, but you never know. We are going to find out in about 60 seconds, though, because all I've got to do at this point is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. Get that up there, plug in the motors, and we will go back in the sky. There are also some variances in, like, how hard am I screwing these screws down and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, by no means a controlled experiment here, but yeah, I mean, we're talking about, like, flight feel and shit like that, and, like, when it comes to that, any and all control goes right the hell out the window. So that shit kind of doesn't matter, in my opinion. There's so much variance in what we're doing here that if I can say, like, I think I like this one better, that's pretty damn good. That's kind of what I'm going for. I'm hoping that I can get a feeling and say, like, you know, I think that for me 0802 is better, or maybe it's 0702. A 2 gram weight savings is an awful lot, man, on these 0702s versus these 0802s. I've proven that the motors are durable, which is really good. That was a big question mark with the 0702s. I'm very tempted to say that the 0702 is the go-to motor, but I'll know more in a second. Let's see if these motors are magically going to spin the right direction. I would really love that. That would just be wonderful. And here we go. Yeah, let's see if it's gonna fly. I don't have to. I hope I don't have to. Stonographer confirmed. Let me put it into turtle mode, and I'll just see if it takes off.
Low battery.
Good? Nope, not good. All right, I gotta get it into beta flight and fix the motor directions.
Telemetry lost.
Kind of annoying, but pretty much expected. Yeah, yap.
Telemetry recovered. Low battery.
I try to do these back-to-backs like as quickly from one to the other as possible, so that I don't forget things like the way that it felt. But you know, B-Man got it. Alright, motors. 1 is correct. 2 is incorrect. 4 is incorrect. 1 is the only one that's correct. Motor direction. 1 is the only one that's correct. 2, reverse. 3. I'm just going to hit reverse on all of them. I don't know where I left them a minute ago.
Telemetry recovered. Low battery.
Hey, that did it. Cool. We're good. Ready to go. Let's see how the 0802s are. First up, the Beta FPV 260 mAh battery. If there's a battery that's going to show sag, an extreme amount of sag with these motors versus the 0702s, this is going to be the one. This battery will have the harder job with these bigger motors.
Telemetry
Let's see
recovered.
what happens.
Low battery.
All right, get out of there. Come on. Plugging this screen back in, or at least attempting to. All right, let's see how it be. Starting battery voltage is 4.14. Oh boy. So we've got some issues here. Fuck. It is flying away. Oh, shit. Yeah, it is not happy. What's the deal, little fella? Why so upset? Oh God, it's yeah, I need a little more filtering up in here. I wonder why. Maybe I cranked the screws down a little too much. Hold on. Let me back some of these screws off a little bit. I might have sort of hard mounted this thing by accident. What I'm talking about. This is not a scientific test. Let's see if that maybe helped. Please let that have helped. Now it's upset. It's doing that on its own, like a 0 throttle. Huh, this is interesting. The 0802s are smoother. I'm sorry, the 0702s are smoother running. Interesting. This is weird. Let me do this. Let me make sure that these little wires are not pushing super hard against the frame. I would not have guessed that this would happen. It is heavier. Let's see if that helps. It is heavier right now. Nah, it's still pissed off. Let me just see that the problem is that this doesn't work. This doesn't work because it getting all this anger. Remember those numbers? Because I need to plug this into Betaflight. Yeah, this kind of invalidates the whole goddamn thing. But I'll just add a little bit of filtering. Hopefully that'll clean it up, and then it won't be too bad of a situation. Damn it. That's super annoying. Super, 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 super annoying. Let's just come in here and... Oh man, it's got a bunch of filtering. Oh god damn it, come on. Let me get on the goddamn... There we go. Pull it from 1.5 down to Fuck it, we'll come down to 1.2. Save that. Hopefully that'll clean it up just enough. Yeah, this is the meme tune, that's right. Let's drop this down by 20 points. Might have been yaw related. You never know. These are pretty aggressive. Okay. Let's see if that cleans it up a little bit. Alright, so the 260 battery is going to be all kinds of skewed. But the WeBleed FPV batteries will be pretty close. I mean, it was running pretty clean with the 0702s, so as long as it's somewhat as clean with these with those changes that I just made, it's a pretty decent representation. Certainly not perfect, but let's see. Oh yeah, much better. Yeah, it's totally fine now. No, it's not. It's still a little pissed. But let's just keep going and run through this battery. Wow, it does not feel like it has any more power. I am halfway through the battery though. Oh God! Alright. I think it feels a little heavier. I mean, 2 grams on a 20-gram rig is a lot. You know, that's like adding, I don't know the math, but probably like 40 grams to a 5-inch rig. It's a lot.
20 seconds.
What I don't feel is the huge difference that I do going between the newbie drone rig and this. So there's definitely something going on with that newbie drone hex versus the Mobula 7 hex. So that's good. Low battery only flashed that one time. Let me give it another second here. So if somebody can add the numbers up, I guess maybe that'll give us a little bit of a comparison, but I don't really think it matters. 10 amp max current, 939 peak FFT, batteries bouncing up to 352. This doesn't really matter though. What we do next here with the WeBleed FPV batteries, this is gonna matter. This is the real test here. So let's see what's what. Again, these are the tinywoop.com 0802 25,000s. The Happy Model 0802 25,000s definitely make more power than these.
Low battery.
And this rig is 2 grams heavier with these motors. So, all right, this is really where we're gonna see any differences. Launch voltage is 2.57. 4.25. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. This has more power for sure. Oh, fuck! Can you tell? All right, let's try to get one of those runs in. Shut up, transmitter. All right, ready? Oh, Jesus! Okay, try to get one more in. Oh God! Oh no. I tried to do that little jump up in the air, pitch down at 0 throttle, and then hammer it. It's too small to do that. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. 944 peak FFT, max current, 14 amps. Wow, okay. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, it feels like it's got more power. So, all right, let's fly it. Oh, yeah, it's got more. And it's not necessarily harder to fly. Well, that's not true. It is harder to fly. Let me make sure I have the throttle set properly. So at a cruise, I'm at 34, 35, 33, 36. All right, so let me set it to, let me make sure it's set properly to 36. Put my hair in a rate. Throttle expo. 40. Yeah, it's a little too high. Move it down to 35. All right, that'll make it easier to fly. Come on. Come on, you bastard.
Low battery.
Oh, yeah, that makes a big difference. Jesus. Okay. See that little tiny throttle blast and then, like, snap roll? That's something that the 0702s don't do as well.
30.
You know, we get spoiled being able to do that shit on 5-inch rigs. You know, just a super quick throttle blast will give you, like, 2 or 3 seconds of hang time. Oh, yeah. 0802s, bro. 0802s. Look at that throw. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. 0702s are good. The lightweight is nice. But, oh, this power is intoxicating. And it really just opens up different stuff that you can do. Oh! But it is harder to fly, a little bit less precise, although it's still plenty precise. Being able to fly through the sim rig like that is pretty wild.
5, 4.
Stop counting down. Nobody wants that. Oh yeah, it's still got plenty of precision, boys and girls. Whoa! I mean, the 0702s being lighter weight will, you know, from a physics standpoint, make them more, a little bit more accurate, but this is fine. This is plenty. Ah, I thought I was going to clear it. Ah! Come on, crash prevention. We're good. Oh boy, oh boy. Easy, easy, easy. 0802s. For real. just a little kiss on the couch there. Well, the runtime ain't bad either. 3 minutes 40. Oh boy, I'm bringing this in low. Oh boy. All right, I ran that down way, way, way too low. Where are we at with them stats? 350. Jesus. 278. Yeah, I ran it way too low. 3.26 resting voltage. 11 amps, 315 milliamps taken out. It's a 300 milliamp battery. Peak FFT 915. Yeah, 0802s, yo. Later, Spanner, thanks for hanging out. Muttertskin says that peak FFT is a lot higher, too. What was it? We need to figure out what this peak FFT shit is. Can somebody, like, Google... I feel like I've Googled it before and I didn't find anything. I really need to know what that peak FFT is, because I'm sure it means something really valuable. And I'm really starting to feel like it doesn't mean what I think it means. Sometimes it really seems like that's what it is, though. Sometimes it really seems like it is the maximum vibration frequency that
Low battery.
that it sees. But other times it seems like that's not what it is. So I don't really know. It's a little confusing. Okay. Just had to unplug this one motor, plugging it back in. There we go. All right, last battery. And let's do another couple of those runs to try to get that maximum number. Oh boy. So when the battery is fresh, oh boy, yeah, it's still on the edge. The tune is still on the edge. Oh, I was sure I was going into the edge of the door frame there. That's what I keep hitting, is that edge of the door frame. All right, here we go. Ready? Oh, yeah. Okay, 13 amps, peak FFT 929. Look at that. Try to get one more of those runs in, and we'll look at those numbers one more time.
20 seconds.
All right. Ooh, I caught it. Oh my God. It's got a lot of power. my friends. Oh, okay. Oh, hey.
8,
Easy, easy.
7,
Ah, shit. Did you guys see the peak FFT on that disarm
5,
and the total amps? Call it out for me if you don't mind. I forgot to look.
2,
Ooh, the lamp.
timer 1,
Woo! The power! Ah, I hit the door frame. Oh, it's pissed. It is pissed. That was bad. Oh, it's just a prop though. Ooh, that prop. Woo! That prop blade bent like a son of a bitch. Wow, that bent up at like a 45-degree angle. Holy crap. All right, roughly the bottom of the duct, roughly the bottom of the, not even close to the bottom of the duct. Hold on, getting it bent back. These props are now cursed, but should be okay. Roughly the bottom of the duct. Okay, that should be fine. Oh man, it left a big old crease in the frame. Actually, this is a brand new frame. Oh, it's pissed. Woo, shit. Oh, my God, your brain's got to work fast with these tiny whoops now. Man, the fact that you can sit these up in the air at 0 throttle like that for like a full second, that is wild. Oh, shit. Where am I? No. That's a walk of shame there. Woo! This fucker rips now. Wow. On the Happy Model motors, it's going to be uncontrollable. Where even is it? Where did you go, little buddy? Oh my God, you're all the way in there? Oh, I can almost not reach it. Hello. Oh. Wow. This is something else. This is a goddamn rocket ship. Woo! Man, okay. These tiny whoop motors are legit. Legit. Hold on. Let me yeah, it's all right. Okay, here we go. What? Oh boy. Ah! I'm all over the place. Hold on. Whoo! Shit! I didn't really mean to go in there. I don't know what the hell happened there, but I'll take it. Oh, that is very disorienting, doing that. Instead of doing that loop from in here sideways, doing it backwards. Oh, shit. Oh, man, this is all hairy under there. Probably a hairy mess now. That's what she said. No. Okay. Ooh! Ooh, that sim rig tried to get me. Hey, there's low battery. Bringing it back, and there we go. 3 minutes 34. I still ran the battery way too low. Jesus, 3.06 resting. Oh, and it's going down. Oh, God, I might have just killed this battery. Hopefully somebody grabbed those stats. Okay. Okay, 13 amps, 944 hertz. Are you guys seeing any, Ooh, Metal Dirt Skin. It's the peak FFT center frequency for the roll axis only. okay, that's totally worthless. Max amps resets between arms too. I have all the other numbers, but I threw that one out. Okay, cool. So, what have we learned? The 0802s. I don't feel like the runtime was any less on the. Oh no, I ran the batteries down a lot lower. Yeah, I ran the batteries down too low to really get a good head-to-head comparison. Realistically, though, the 0802s have to hit the battery harder, right? I mean, it just has to be that. A bunch more power, a bunch more amp draw. My God, 40% more amp draw. That's nuts. Plenty of runtime. Plenty of runtime. I'm gonna get this battery right back on the charger, in hopes that it's not kaput. Battery salesman collects. Yeah, wow, that was some good testing there. Sorta. Some fun flying, that's for sure. 3.2, yeah, that battery got its ass handed to it. 3.6, that one's fine. 3.7, that one's fine. 3.6, that one's fine. 3.5, I'm going to put that one on the charger. 3.3, put that one on the charger as well. All right. So, yo, what's up, Ian? I owe you a phone call. I've just been hammered over the last couple days. Hammered busy, that is. So who is our note taker? Metal Dirtskin? Metal, what are you seeing by the I have tried 0803 Motors Terminal Insanity. They're a little too fragile for 75 millimeter rigs. They're a little too heavy for 65 millimeter rigs. They're unfortunately in a little bit of a middle ground. Metal, make some. You're a smart guy. Make some conclusions for us, if you don't mind. You took all the notes. What are you seeing? Matches up in those notes. All right, let me just get these charging. All right, cool. If you ever over discharge a battery like that, guys, just get it on the charger as soon as you can, and you'll usually be okay. You'll have heard it a little bit, but the sooner you can get it back up, the better. Okay. Max amps resets between. All right, so I'm gonna grab this. I want to grab this Oscar Liang article, or not article. Oh, was it a video? Oh no, okay. All right, cool. So that's a good one. Metal Dirtson says, first 0702 ARM 319 min battery 315 350 used MAH 282. Second. All right, so let's do some averaging here. First and second. Oh man, see, I'm just all over the place with it. 319 345. 0802 was 350 334. Well, you know what? It's in the chat. You guys draw your own conclusions. I'm not seeing a huge difference in runtime. Yes, I ran the batteries down lower, but they got a bunch more runtime. So it doesn't look like there's much of a difference in runtime between the 0702s and the 0802s. There's a huge difference in horsepower. Not a huge difference in horsepower, but I mean, you guys could see it, right? You guys could see it in the flight footage that the 0802s make significantly more power. Yeah, they're drawing 4 more amps. That's a lot. 10 amps versus 14 amps. That's pretty nuts. The 0702s are great. They fly great. But if you want more power, 0802s. I didn't really notice the difference in weight. The 0802 flying is more like all over the place though, because they're just like hammering forward. So I don't think you can go wrong with either, to be honest. Go out and buy yourself a Mobula 6 ELRS. And the motors it comes with are fine. If you manage to blow one up, you can't find a replacement, grab a set of 0802s. Do your own head-to-head. Metal, what do you mean? You never did get the 0802 25... Oh, okay, you just deleted it. Yeah, both really good motors. 0802s have more power, about the same amount of runtime, quite a bit heavier, but both shockingly good. And yeah, that's also like a mini review of the tinywhoop.com Zeus Juice 0802 25,000s. They're fine. They according to SR13, they don't make quite as much power as the which prop did I bend all up? I'm going to replace that propeller. It's this one. Yeah, and I believe them that they don't make quite as much power as the Happy models, but this is, I mean, these rigs are hard to fly because they make so much power, especially in like small places. So if you can get your hands on these tinywhoop.com Zeus Juice motors, they're one-piece bell, and they're not throwing magnets yet, so they're a good motor. And realistically, this is probably enough power for 99% of people. HGLRC 0802 25,000s, they're on the Mobula 7 metal that we flew earlier. Next Whoop Wednesday, I think I'm going to put them onto this frame, and we'll see how they are. Any questions, fellas? About to wrap this one up. A little after 10. Went a little bit over. We're cutting into my Gran Turismo 7 time. Come on. Get out of here with that. Alright, this prop is going in the garbage because it got bent worse. That's the worst I've ever bent a Tiny Whoop prop. That was incredible. The thing was almost folded back on itself. Jesus. Lewis Taylor says, you gotta love ragging the shit out of CiottiFPV on stream tonight. How's GT7? Supercell, it's amazing. What's up, dude? Glad to have you in here. It's really good, dude. It's really, really, really good. Like, yeah. It's a proper Gran Turismo game. When you turn all the assists off and the difficulty all the way up, it's properly difficult too, even on a wheel and pedal setup. So yeah, I'm thrilled with it. I'm having so much fun playing Gran Turismo 7. Unfortunately, the PS4 version of it, there's a bug where you can't live stream. It just crashes the game as soon as you try to live stream. So I'm like trying to not go charging through the game because I want to live stream as much of it as I can. So like, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to spend some time doing like license tests tonight. Although that's the thing, people love watching the license tests. So yeah, I really hope that they fix that bug soon. All right, this guy's back in fighting form. I'm going to leave that in the 0802 frame. And instead of testing the 0702s versus the HGLRC 0802s next week or Friday, we're going to test the HGLRC 0802 25,000s against the Tiny Whoop 0802 25,000s. What do you think about that? That's a much more real setup. So, yeah. All right, friends, I'm out of here. Thanks for hanging out. Friday night, 7 o'clock. I'll see you again. Click some affiliate links. Go to CiottiFPV.com. Click all the things. Help your boy keep living the dream of full-time FPV. I love you. Cool interview edit over on Joshua Bardwell's channel that I'm on. and I've got 2 fresh edits, one from Florida and one drift edit that I forgot that I even did a while ago. It's like a found edit. Denzel the Terrible says, so what are your favorite 0702s? To my knowledge, there's only one set of 0702s that exists, which are the Happy Model ones that come with the Mobula 6 ELRS. So those are my favorites. Love you guys. Be good. What's up, Doom? Supercell. Glad you have you up. Fucking hell. Glad to have you up in here, Billy. Be good. Love you lots. Bye. Wait, here comes some flying. Epidemic sound. I was also on Rotor Riot's Community Spotlight this month for the football edit, which is pretty cool. That was a surprise. I did not expect. Let me see if the computer's gonna work right. Hang on. Hold on, I need to quit out of OBS. I'll be right back. It'll just pinwheel for a second. Be right back. Hey, there we go. All right, friends. I'll see you guys on Friday. Love you lots. Later.